Recording in progress.
Good evening, it's 5:30. Would the June 23rd meeting of the Village Fest Board come to order, please?
Yes, we have Chair Roberts.
Present.
Board Member Antonio will be absent. Board Member Anderson.
Here.
Board Member Battersby.
Here.
Board Member Idell.
She's on.
She's on.
Yeah.
She was, there she
Sorry.
is.
Here. Board Member Reed.
Here.
Board Member Martin. Here. And Board Member Main Street Meredith.
Yes, here.
Good.
We have a forum.
Are there any public comments this evening? Seeing none, I'd like to move to the consent calendar first and then back up and do some board comments. So is there a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's evening, for this evening's meeting, please?
I'll move to approve this evening's agenda.
Is
I'll
there a-
second.
Thank you. Let us vote. Tom?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
I vote yes. Bonnie?
Yes.
And David?
Yes.
Thank you. We need to approve the meeting minutes from our May 26th meeting. Cheryl, you were absent for that meeting, but I assume you've read the minutes, so you can vote for this, please.
Oh, yes, I approve.
Good. So is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 26th?
Go for it, Cheryl. I'll go move to approve.
Thank you, Mitchell. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Bonnie. Let's vote. David?
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yes.
Yes. Mitchell?
Yes.
Tom? And
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
Thank you. Good. Any board comments? Seeing none, I would like to take a moment on behalf of the entire board to welcome you and thank you for being here. You are the reason that Village Fest works and has worked for the past 34 years. So we have a stellar history, and we cannot wait to hear what you have to say tonight. So the way it will work, number one, we are a very friendly group, so no nerves, okay? We will give you up to 5 minutes. Board Member Anderson will be our official sergeant-at-arms and timekeeper. He will warn you at 4 minutes. You don't have to take 5 minutes, but you have up to 5 minutes. At that point, we will stop you and the board will ask you questions. Following that, I will ask for a motion for the board to move forward and discuss. We will discuss, and then we will vote whether to approve or disapprove. So that's the way it will work tonight. Just a little note of advice, if you are an arts and crafts vendor, and I think everybody here tonight is, keep in mind that we consider this to be an artisan fair, not an arts and crafts fair. So what we will be listening for is that you make at least 75% of what it is you will be selling. So be aware of that, and when you, in your presentation, make sure we understand that. If not, we'll ask you a lot of questions about that. So I ask you to sit tight for a few minutes. We have some business to discuss, and then we'll get to you shortly, and we'll call you up one by one. Tonight, the next thing I'd like to say is it's a little bit bittersweet. And the sweetness is 2 of our board members, Board Member Battersby, who is sitting right here, and Board Member Alvarez, who is not here tonight, has been approved by the City Council to extend their term on the board for 3 years. So we congratulate them and look forward to working with them for the next 3 years.
Thank you. It's an honor.
The bitter part of this evening is we have 2 board members who will be leaving us. Board Member Idell, who is on via Zoom, has served with us for the last 3 years. She has done an absolutely stellar job in moving this board forward in collecting data and analyzing data to help us make sure that we keep Village Fest relevant moving forward. We have juried vendors, we have juried participants. Our next step is to talk to the downtown merchants. So we're sorry to see her go, but we thank her for her service to Village Fest in the city. Cheryl, is there anything you'd like to say?
No, I mean, it was a great experience for me. It just felt like the right time to not continue and let some new folks come on board and share their expertise. And I look forward to attending Village Fest quite often and strolling on over from my house on Thursdays when I'm in town. And thanks for all the hard work of everybody on the board, as well as the staff who does an incredible job really keeping Village Fest vibrant.
Thank you. We appreciate your service. Thank you. And then we have Board Member Anderson, who has served for the past 6 years. David and I had the honor of being a part of Village Fest Board when there wasn't really one because COVID had us totally shut down. So there was nothing. And David was instrumental in working with us to bring Village Fest back to what it was of nearly 200 plus vendors. So his 6 years of service has been invaluable to the city and Village Fest, and we certainly thank him. Our loss is the Sustainability Commission's gain. He is moving on to another commission, so we wish him great luck in that. So David, thank you. Anything you'd like to say?
No, I just want to echo what Cheryl had said. It's been a fun experience, and we've had some ups and downs and some strange experiences with COVID and with not seeing, tasting, touching, feeling, or not much anything other than gut privileges. But the honor for me is helping small businesses and small families start something that has been their vision and their goal in a whole new segment of their life. And as an HR professional, I love helping them grow and comply with the laws and supporting them, and I still do that to this day. So it's been very, very honorable and fun.
Thank you. And I think we have an award for both Cheryl and David. Jose, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. So we have a little something for both board members. And Cheryl, we will coordinate a time after to get this one to you. But David, I just want to say a little thank you for all your service on the board and just a little something for you to remember us by.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I'll give you a little bit.
You.
Beautiful. It has been 6 years, not 5, but that's okay.
Did I say
I have my
five?
new badge.
Sorry if I said five. And just a little word of information for all of you. The boards and commissions that serve this city, and there are several of them, if you haven't looked them up, I encourage you to go to the City of Palm Springs website and look at all of the commissions that serve this city. They're all citizen volunteers. So we all do this on our own time. And it really is a great opportunity for you to get involved in what's going on in your city and make a contribution. And we need you. So consider that. The time period is generally in April. They begin the process to take applications for boards and commissions. Go out there and read and see what you might be interested in, where you can bring value. So that's just a little plug for the city, and hopefully you'll consider that, and we'll see you on a board or commission coming up next year. Okay. Now we're ready to move into the fun part of the evening. So what we will do is we'll call you up one by one, and if you'll come up here, we'll listen to what you have to say and go from there. So the first up is going to be Ariana Dorff. Ariana, are you here? Hi.
Hi.
With The Lemonade Stand.
Yes.
Please come up.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
How are you?
Good.
All right. So, my name's Ariana. This is Maddie. This is my daughter. So the business that we have is called The Lemonade Stand, and what it is we're a family-based business based out of Palm Desert, and we make specialty lemonades, homemade purees, syrups, and everything is made to order fresh. We have a few staples that we do, but then some upgrades that people can add if they want, special syrups and things like that. So this is our current menu. And then we did bring some samples for everybody.
Great. Can we get you to come down to the?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Here?
Yes.
Thanks.
All right.
Just because it's closer to lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay,
the
so
camera.
we brought, let's see. We brought three of the ones that we do. So the pineapple cloud, it's actually our classic lemonade, and then it got a little muddled, but it's our classic lemonade with our homemade pineapple puree, and then we do a homemade vanilla cold foam on top. So we put that at the end. So we brought these. These will be the first to sample. And this is a business that my husband and I came up with. He's with the baby right now, but it is the two of us and then our three daughters that all do this. Yeah. So that one is the pineapple cloud. And then, let's see, is there one more? No, I think there is. And then the next one that we have, this is gonna be the berry lemonade. So what it is, it's gonna be our classic lemonade base with raspberry syrup and fresh muddled strawberries. And all of these are in 32-ounce sizes, so that's currently the only size that we have.
Thank you.
Makes it, you know, we add the ice and the water, so it makes it a nice refreshing drink that people can hold on to for a little bit as they're walking the Village Fest and. No, thank you, appreciate that. And then the third one that we brought is gonna be our classic, so that is our original. That is our main one, so that's just gonna be fresh lemonade.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I'll take that one. We did actually roll out a dill pickle lemonade that we tried on Father's Day. So that was our classic lemonade with pickle juice and then fresh pickle spears. So that was a good one too. And then we just actually added, we did not bring a sample, but we just added this Valley Citrus. So that's going to be lemon, lime, and orange. So it's kind of like a, you know, citrusy lemonade. And then all the ingredients that the produce that we do use, we get locally sourced, you know, from different farms and things like that. So we try to keep it local to the valley. Hence the Know Your Roots and the Valley Citrus. So it is try to keep it a Coachella Valley based product.
So you're doing like a lemon presser and you're pressing the lemon juice out?
So
or-
that's for the Valley Citrus, we do the press, but then for all the others, we have a slicer, so it slices it into 6 wedges, and then we add the sugar, muddle it in front of the guests, and then we add all the ingredients, shake it in front of them, and then poke a hole and serve it with a
Good
straw.
presentation.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to do.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it?
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. It's been an idea for a few months now, but we just got a home-based position at the Wellspring Church on Sundays. So we've been doing that for the last few Sundays, and it's been pretty great. We're getting used to doing it, and it's been wonderful.
Sugar-free options?
We do have sugar-free options, yes. So if people don't want sugar, they don't have to have sugar. We're also currently trying to figure out a sugar-free based syrup as well that we can use if they want to add the syrup.
And
So.
what do you do?
I did like the cashier and like take their orders and stuff.
Cool, nice. It's
How
very,
much you pay?
very refreshing.
Yeah. She gets paid.
Oh, good. A great allowance, minimum
She
wage is
does,
not
yes,
much.
exactly right.
The syrups, I was interested in.
Yeah.
You make the syrup from the fresh stuff locally, or?
So currently, we're working on recipes. So we do our own simple syrup,
Okay.
raspberry syrup. The blue one, that's not a homemade syrup. Obviously, that comes from the Monin. We use a Monin syrup for that. But we are doing like the mango, pineapple. We're trying to kind of figure that one out to make at home.
Okay.
So we're specializing in just the simple syrup that we're making and then adding those ingredients to it to perfect it.
Great.
Yeah. But all the purees we make at home, cold foam, we make that too. So,
Good.
yeah.
The cups you're serving in, are
Yes.
they recyclable?
They are. I have people that will send me photos of them putting, some water in them, putting their flowers in them. So they are, you can keep using them. They're deli-style, thick plastic cups. And they're also biodegradable, so they're eco-friendly too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My new commission approves.
Any other board questions?
Is this your first venture doing this?
Yeah, it is.
Getting started?
Yeah, just kind of getting started. Yeah, we have jobs that we do, but we want to build something family based and kind of try to so that we can all be together and do something that we love to do.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's very good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's
that.
delicious. I like the pineapple one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my favorite. I love that one.
Show me that again. I don't
Oh,
usually,
sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I usually do not like pineapple anything, but it was really good.
Oh good, I'm so glad you liked
So,
it.
I'd like to make a motion if we were
Please.
ready.
Yeah.
Let's please accept the lemonade stand as a possible vendor.
Thank you.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Any board discussion?
Looking for fresh raspberries. More
Yes.
on that one.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The best.
Yeah, they are, huh?
I think it'll be a very refreshing drink this
Oh,
summer.
yeah, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's to be very great.
Starting in the summer?
I think
Would
you-
you,
Yeah.
starting right away?
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Good. So, we're ready to vote. Tom?
Yes.
Yes.
I say yes. Bonnie?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Congratulations. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Village Fest.
Thank you so much. Thank
We started a new tradition that we work on for everybody.
you. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
You get Cheryl, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl.
It's okay, you're forgiven. I voted,
I am so sorry. You vote yes.
I voted yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
My oversight. Next up is Hicks Soaps and Company. Hikam El Itawi. I hope I didn't do too badly with
No,
that.
that was great.
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
We love the soaps.
So, I'm Hisham El Itawi. I live in Cathedral City. I'm trying to start my own business here. It all started with I have a beard, and it was really hard for me to find like something that works for my beard. So I start making the beard products, balms, butters, and oils. And then I start to experiment more with soaps and candles. So I have 10 different scents of candles now, and 2 types, a vegan option and a tallow option. I have a liquid soap too, and now trying to work on shaving soaps, conditioner for the beard, and a wash for the beard. So these are now in the experiment phase.
You mind passing around?
Yeah, please.
May we smell?
Yeah,
May
yeah,
we open
please.
them? Yeah.
Feel free.
Thank you. Try this for your beard.
If you want to cleanse your
Ooh, fancy. That doesn't work. This was amazing.
Sour.
No, it's just for clear your nose. That's my favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
No, I don't.
Where'd you come up with the names?
It's
That's the cleanser.
my nickname,
Okay.
and I decided to go with it because like I'm known with it a lot. So.
Good.
This is just a cleanser.
Yes.
So you're making these where?
At home, I have a workshop at home.
Okay. So how do you make your soap?
I make them from scratch. I melt my. If you want, I can show you the
It's all right there.
process. So I melt my butters. I add the oils, the life, of course. Then color it and add the fragrance oil, and wait.
So how do you get these, like this patterning in it?
Inside of it, these are like when I make the batch, I color it in different colors,
Yep.
and I add them together, and then
kinda like
I mix them
tie-dye.
in a way. Yeah.
Right.
So at what temperature do you do the streaking of your soap?
The what?
The temperature?
The temperature.
When you combine the lye and the.
When I
oils.
combine the lye, I wait until it's 180. Then the pouring is between 120, 130.
So you're doing it hot. I
Yeah.
make soap,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I make the hot process soaps.
Okay.
The cold
The
process.
cold
Sorry.
process. And there's tallow in this. Beef?
Yes,
Beef
there is
tallow?
beef tallow, and there's the others that doesn't have beef tallow. It has cocoa butter.
And describe the process of making this for us, please.
The butter.
Uh-huh.
I melt my butters. I add the oils to it. Then I let it sit for like 15 minutes. After that, I start adding the fragrance oil, and I put it in the freezer for like 10, 15 minutes. Then I let it sit for 24 hours, and you can use it.
Where do you source your oils?
Different, like there's wholesale supplies, there's different online suppliers.
And your tallow, where do you get your tallow?
I used to get it from a place named Arizona Supplies. Now I'm trying, they don't work, they are a different company now, so I work with Soper Haven.
So you're bottling
Four
all of
minutes.
this yourself? You're
Yes, everything.
Is the mica powder presented here?
Sorry?
Mica powder that?
No,
Mica.
the mica powder
Mica.
is the
Mica's
coloring,
coloring,
the
yeah.
coloring for the
Oh, okay,
soaps.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see it. Okay. Duh, I don't make soap for a living, so.
And these are the fragrance oils.
Got it, got it.
I liked your logo. Did you come up with it yourself?
Yes, I'm originally a graphic designer,
Okay.
so.
It's really a handsome logo, yeah.
that is.
Your beard looks great, so it
Thank
must
you.
work.
Your best advertisement.
Or have you been doing it a
Before,
while?
like when I used to live in Salt Lake City, I tried to start a little bit with the soaps, but it didn't kick, and I wasn't giving it enough time. I was like focusing on work. Now I'm not working, and it's my work. So
Hey,
Which one is your passion, your favorite? I'm gonna guess, but I'm not, I'll let you talk.
I love working with the soaps
Do you?
and the beard products.
Okay, good.
The soap process is very satisfying and like relaxing.
Good.
Have you been to a Village Fest?
Yes.
So you know we have
Yes,
soap
a
vendors.
couple of
yeah.
them.
A few.
So you will need to think about how you will differentiate yourself.
I want more to be on the like beard product is my hero product, and the candles and soaps will be like a side.
So you're marketing more to men maybe than,
For the beard
Beard
product,
products,
yes.
yes.
But like the soaps and
and
candles, they are
candles.
more like unisex, and like I try to work with scents that like work for everybody.
are the candles melt and pour? Is-
No.
No.
I get the soy wax, I melt the soy wax, and I add everything to it.
Very good.
Same size of everything too?
Yes.
One liquid soap, is that, can I see that one? Yes. Thanks. Other flavors or
There,
aromas? Sorry.
I have now 6 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they are all the same as the
Okay.
soaps.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so your soaps match your,
Yeah, great.
it's smart, actually.
Yeah. Even the beard oils, there are 4 scents that I have them on the candles and the soaps.
Nice. That's actually very smart.
Tallow is a great moisturizer.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I like olive oil better.
Okay.
but
Yeah, yeah,
Tallow is,
yeah.
yeah, is a great moisturizer.
Yeah.
Any other board
Nice
questions or
combination.
comments?
Beautiful presentation.
It's always fun to look out into the audience and look at the agenda and try to figure out who is presenting what. But honestly, if it would have been anybody but you doing this beard stuff,
Yeah, it would be.
very
Well, there's one more beard.
One or two out there,
I
Joy.
mean, there are other beards.
Yeah.
But you have the beard of beard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready for a motion?
I'll move to approve Hicks soaps.
Thanks, Mitchell. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Tom. Cheryl?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Yes. Bonnie?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Would you like any of the soaps? And...
Oh, yes. I want a candle too.
Yeah, please.
Those are great. I love this stuff.
Feel free to
Beard.
pick any that you want.
I like the, what was the smoky one that was there?
Gentleman Reserve.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
They won't be giving around free samples at the Sustainability Commission.
Maybe plates and knives.
Yeah, probably.
and
I've already
knives.
did do
Anyone
that.
else would like some? Sorry, which one?
I don't know, whatever matches this one, the Havana, or?
I'd like you to try this.
I would love to try it at your recommendation. Thank you very much, sir.
Just one of each for a board member, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, yeah, please.
I mean, I don't want you to give everybody soaps and candles.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
really, like, feel free.
No, we have some obligations that we need to follow, so. That's good, you're good.
I'll have a candle.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you like lavender?
Yes. Thank you.
She's wearing it.
Yeah.
Only you.
Rick, would you like
No.
a soap or candle?
Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations.
Yes.
Look
Thank you
forward
very
to seeing you.
Yeah.
None of us have beards, see? Well, exceptions down there, big boss. You want some beer?
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Christina Solevi? Kosola? Was I close, Christina? Was I close in pronouncing your name?
Yes, it's perfect. Kosola.
Kosola.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
My name is Christina. I would like to present you my business, Solevi. I made jewelry and painting from brass. I think.
Chrissy, you want to come to the middle so we can all see you? Thanks.
I show you example. It's necklace, earring, and painting. Thank you. I made this from brass. Polishing this and oxidize with patina. And after cut and I do this earring and
So what is the metal?
brass.
Brass.
Brass, yes. I have this scarf. And painting. The same.
Thank you.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so you do that and you patina it and cut
Yes,
it
yes.
into your shapes. Nice.
Polish and oxidize, yes.
And what do you use to oxidize what makes the blue?
Patina.
Patina.
Patina. Different color.
Yeah.
But this might I think different.
So this is your art?
And we just double tangled it.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
What is this metal? Is this something you make or is it something you purchased and added?
Sometimes it's gold, sometimes it's special. I bought.
So you buy it in this shape already?
Yes,
and
but
add it.
it's rarely, actually, it's gold line. I cut this and.
Oh, you, okay.
Oh, you cut it.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yes, I show you like.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Where do you learn this?
Uh, It's my teacher learned me.
Really?
Actually, yes, it's Said who
Okay.
created this, yes, but we work together with him, but he want to go and retired. He's still me alone.
Each set, I'm guessing, is different prices, right? That
Mhm.
Okay, the more complicated and bigger they are.
Yes.
Okay.
So walk us through how you make one of the cuffs.
Cuffs I bought this cuff and put patina the same. I put this, polish it, oxidize with patina.
So you don't cut the cuff.
Just close this part and another part I oxidize.
You don't cut the cuff. You buy the
No,
cuff or
yes, I
there's a
don't.
piece of
Mhm.
brass already.
Yes.
Okay. But then you do the oxidation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the pattern is yours? You designed the pattern?
Yes, like I want.
So each one is different, right?
Yes, all pieces unique and different. I can't do the same.
Can people order specialty colors or symbols or something? I mean, I
Not
want them for
sure.
Wonder Woman, one of each, but
No, maybe, yes, maybe with,
Okay.
for example, but usually it's process. Great.
Nice.
Is this a necklace?
Yes.
So how does one get this on?
You take that circle out
I
of.
didn't
Yes.
I didn't want to pull the circle through.
It does, though, it pulls.
I was afraid.
Pulls through.
Like this.
Okay.
I
I just didn't want to
wondered too.
force it. Yeah. All right, thank you. That's a unique idea.
Mhm. It's a cool design.
Whoops.
Your jewelry is very unique.
Thank you.
And I saw, so you have art that you're going to be selling and the jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And how much does the art sell for?
How much?
Yep, like this
Uh,
piece.
I think small, it's 110 and biggest 300.
300?
Mm-hmm.
And does it come matted like that, or is it just the square piece, you just happen to have it mounted?
No, you can see it like you
No, no,
want.
no, no. I mean, so is the person buying just this piece, or are they? are you
Getting the
mounting
mat.
it?
Yes.
They're getting it
Mat.
matted, all right.
and those can be color specific as well?
Well,
Yes.
patina's patina,
Patina,
right?
Yeah.
But patina has a different color.
Yeah.
That's not why you hired me.
That's-
We're 5 minutes.
Thank you, David.
So is everything that you'll be bringing to the booth a patina material?
Yes, everything is patina.
I mean, it's very desert centric,
Yeah,
for sure.
The colors are great.
Yeah.
Any other board questions or comments? Ready for a motion?
No one's motion, I'll motion to
Thank you,
approve.
Mitchell. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Bonnie. Cheryl?
Yes.
Thank you. Tom?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
I vote yes. Bonnie?
Yes.
David?
Now that I know what patina is, yes.
Thank you, and welcome to Village
Thank you
Fest.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Mustafa. Hi,
Hello,
welcome.
thank you. My name is Mustafa, and I have a small business. I do custom apparel, like t-shirts, hoodies, hats, like everything we can print on. I have a small business in the shops at Palm Desert Mall. And unfortunately, I'm not ready for this presentation because I didn't know what to bring and all of that. So I just got a few samples of what we do.
So do you have a kiosk or a store?
Yes,
right?
a kiosk.
Okay.
So this is one of the designs that we do, if you guys want to check it out. We have different, we can provide like everything, like sizes, colors. We do hats.
These are all your designs and stuff like that?
Not my designs, but I design most of them. But sometimes customers provide their own designs, like this one, and we can just print it in the shop.
So you're using stencils that are press-on, right? You're like putting it into a machine and melting it
Yes,
on?
we do the heat press.
Heat process, yeah. So I think, I'll just speak on my thoughts. It's not really 75% of your creative work. This is a T-shirt that you took a stencil and hot pressed it on, right?
No, what I'm planning to do is to provide my own designs, create my own designs, because I create designs for Palm Springs designs and all of that. And of course, I do not create the T-shirt, but I buy the T-shirt.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the design, the print, the process.
So this is one that you created?
Yes.
Okay,
For that particular customer?
yes.
That was for.
That was their artwork, not
Or,
yours.
yes, that's what I'm asking, I'm sorry.
Customer didn't have an artwork. They just gave me the idea. I created this one for them, and they proved it. So now it's their design. Nobody else can use it.
Got it.
But at the event, the idea would be that you would be selling your own designs at the event, not these that are for other businesses. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, no, or these, because these aren't his designs either.
These are not.
That
mine.
looks like a cover of an album or something, is that right?
Yeah, this
Those
is
are-
this is one of my friend's designs. It's not my design. He has a big catalog I choose from, and that's what I sell in Palm Springs. But what I'm planning to do in the vest, I'm planning to create my own designs and bring my own material and just press them in spot. So I'm gonna have all sizes, all colors. Customer will choose the design, the size, and the colors, and it's gonna be ready in 1 minute.
So I think I know for me, I'd want to see what your designs look like and what you're putting on the shirts. This is a bulk.
Are each of these your unique design?
All of them are mine except one. It says United something. That's it.
Okay, if that's something that we would want to consider, as long as it's limited to those
My logo,
products.
my logo, I created my logo, my own logo.
Mustafa, I'm with Board Member Battersby. I'm not seeing 75% of your work in what you're showing us. And you said when you started that you really weren't prepared, you didn't think you were prepared to present to us.
To be honest, I grabbed those T-shirts just on my way here. I would be very happy I can provide you and show you that I can do 75%.
For me personally, I would have a difficult time approving that. But I would very much be interested in seeing your work, your artwork. For instance, who did that shirt that you're wearing?
Yeah, that's mine.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Well, I would like to see more of that.
I have thousands of those.
Well,
We didn't see it
You
here.
didn't grab the right view.
I wish you had brought more of what you did uniquely as opposed to using just heat pressing a stencil to a T-shirt.
Okay. Okay, unfortunately, I didn't know that I have to provide all this information. The email was not.
That's
okay.
That's understandable.
We can have you come back and present again
Of course, sure.
with your designs, which would make it much easier for us, because then we can see the work.
And without the fees.
Yeah.
No, it's not a big deal.
Do you have enough of your own designs for a booth?
I design every single day, yes.
So yes.
Yes, I have thousands of designs and I design every single day and I get more ideas.
So you print them out onto a sheet that he presses on, right? Okay, so,
I design it and I print it and it's ready to go. And whenever I'm in the spot, I just, the customer choose everything and it takes exactly 10 seconds to be ready. And of course, the material will last.
For 5 minutes.
Over 2.
It's
So
just,
you would make them on site? Is that what you're saying, that you
Yes.
would actually make them on site?
I'm planning to start with pre-made t-shirts that I'm gonna do them in my shop. And after that, after your permission, I'm going to do one more step, which is I'm gonna provide my heat press in the spot. And after that, maybe if that's okay, I'll bring my own computer and just
yeah,
do
no,
this.
absolutely. We think that would actually be fun and for people to see, but again, we need to see how creative and wonderful your art is. I mean, that's a beautiful shirt, so.
Thank you so much.
yeah, that and the 10 or 12 that are in this photo are great. And especially if people are allowed to come and say, we're having a family reunion or a company picnic, can you incorporate our logo or colors or whatever? That makes it unique and special and you focused.
Sure.
Staff, I am proposing to not make a decision.
You can table it.
And ask the vendor to come back and be rejuried at another time.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to move that we table a decision, Mustafa, and ask you to come back with your own creations, particularly shirts like that.
Thank you.
And come before us, and Faith will coordinate that with you. And then we can make a decision to hopefully say yes and approve you.
Sure, thank you.
You'll do well.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any board discussion? Cheryl?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you. Tom?
I agree.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Yes. Bonnie?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
So
Thank you.
we look forward to you coming back.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So keep
you.
in mind, we have a break coming up for summer.
August.
So August, we're not here, we're dark. So you'd want to try and come back before that if you want to come into Village Fest before
Yeah,
that.
I can come back as soon as you guys are.
Coordinate with
Coordinate
Faith,
with
please.
Faith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I was not planning to take this, so I would really.
No,
appreciate
please
No,
take
no, please,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
please take it.
You're
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Very good. Next up on our agenda, Mr. Cook, are you here? Mr. Cook from the Shriners Hospital?
I'm here.
Oh, hi. Please come up. Just to bring the board up to speed, on April 23rd, there was an incident that occurred at Village Fest involving the Shriners booth and another entertainer. The board had received a letter from the other party involved. And what he states happened is that it began over a volume issue.
Correct.
And things escalated a little bit. And he ended up redirecting his speakers, and I guess there were some perhaps words exchanged. I do know, according to his letter, that participants in Village Fest got involved, crowd got involved.
I didn't see a crowd. There was,
Let me finish, and then I'll let you have your say. So we are concerned that any consternation that happens, certainly amongst vendors or at Village Fest as a whole, is of very much concern to staff and the board. I know you've had conversations with staff, so we'd like to ask you to tell us what, in your words, happened, and give you that opportunity.
okay. Well, first of all, they had their speakers directed at us. It was pretty loud. I went over there to ask him to turn it down, and I thought he acknowledged me to turn it down. So I went over a second time and asked him to turn it down again. The third time I asked him, he said he wasn't going to turn it down. So I went back and I went to call the police. Well, one of my other Shriners went up and asked him to turn it down, kind of loud. The guy's about 6'5". And they lined up 3 guys in front of him. I think they were a little afraid of him. He's kind of intimidating by his size, just by his size. He didn't do anything. So one of the guys pushed him. And then the other guy that was over by me, he said he could kick his ass. And I looked at him. I looked at him in the eye. He says, I know I can. And after that, when I called the police walked up, and it seemed like they were getting some feedback from some people, I don't know who was posturing this thing, but we were the bad guys. So the cop says, we've heard all these bad things about the Shriners. So when he got there, and I told him there's a noise ordinance here. And he says, well, I'm not going to ask him to turn it down. So it's already been a problem. They won't turn the music down. There's a noise ordinance in this town. They're not enforcing it. And, there's a lot of people, I've had to tell some of them to turn it up. I says, I can't hear you. And we interact really well with most of them, but sometimes they got physical. They pushed my guy. He didn't push back. And I went back and sat down. I think I kept putting my finger in my ear. Finally, all of a sudden, it just turned down, and it was quiet enjoyment for the rest of the evening. Nobody got badgered or no physical things, but, I've talked to Faith different times, and she talks about the music being background music, being accent music. I've got a noise monitor right here, and this is, I'll put it by Faith here. This is the meter. Okay, and I've got a Bluetooth. It'll play some Van Halen.
We don't need to do that.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't need to do that.
But what it is, it's like there's a noise ordinance that says 70 decibels in an industrial area. And when they start hitting up in the high 80s, I bought a thing of earplugs. If that's what I've got to do, I'll just put in my earplugs. It boiled down to that. It's like, okay, the police aren't going to enforce it. We've had that space for many years, and we're established there. And you want us to sit there all night with earplugs? The lady next to me, her name's Natalie. She's got Red Moon Weaving, and she complains about it all the time. She says, I go home. The next day, I'm raising my voice too loud because I had to talk so loud during the Village Fest. She realizes now she's talking too loud because of the music. And then the lady on the other side, she's a little hard of hearing, she says it's too loud. So is it going to be earplugs, an unenforceable law on the books? Is that what we've got here?
At what point in all of this did you or anybody from the Shriners organization seek out staff to resolve this problem?
It just escalated so fast when he said that he would not turn the music down. That's when I called the police.
Would you rethink that if you had to do it over again?
Sure, I'd do that.
Village Fest is an event to accommodate all of the best talent in this city, which includes entertainers. Yes, the city has noise ordinances. And as far as the decibel limit of what was going on that night, I don't know. But I struggle to understand how entertainment, which apparently the crowd enjoyed because he states the crowd became involved.
Well, yeah, that's what they do. They kick up their music loud, so we get overrun by their music, so the crowd gets into it.
But you're there collecting donations for a charitable cause.
Okay.
So I'm, if you can help me understand how you were harmed by this in any way.
I didn't send a letter in. They sent a letter and I never got a
But you
copy
called the
of it.
police?
I called the police, yes. Because they wouldn't turn the music down and there's a noise ordinance.
You had mentioned earlier you've spoken to Faith on a number of times. I just think I would like to have seen you reach out to Faith. I'm sure you have her number.
Oh, yeah. You know, and sometimes she probably can't hear her phone ring. When Irene was there, I could text Irene and she'd just come down and ask him to turn it down. It was pretty easy with Irene there, because she was always covering us. And
I'm not sure who Irene is.
Irene, she worked there for a long, long time. And she was kind of the go-to lady there.
Do we have a decibel checker?
We don't. I do get complaints in that area because the entertainers tend to face their speakers, which is like towards there. So like last week, I got a phone call immediately from the police because a lot of people are already complaining about the entertainer that was there, and I had to go down there and tell him, turn your speakers this way, because he's, he was, I could hear him way up the street, and then I, focused on his loudness and asked him to turn down, and then I stood there and waited. And I think different songs go higher than other ones. But yeah, like I spoke with him and just told him, moving forward, there's ever an issue, if you can't get through on the phone, then just come by the booth, because you guys have a lot of guys in your booth, and somebody can, come over there to Starbucks, and we're happy to help out with it.
Well, let me remind the group that there are many nights when Village Fest has special events, and we have bands in play who I am certain exceed the noise limits of the city ordinance. But this is a festival. This is a weekly festival that's been going on for 34 years. You've been a part of it for a very long time. I think what happened here went way beyond what should have transpired. And I think the first mistake was that you didn't contact staff and get a hold of Faith and make sure that if this was somehow impeding your ability to collect donations for the Shriners, hospitals, that she could have stepped in and done something about that.
Sometimes at the end of the day, your nerves are kind of frayed from that noise, that whole,
Well, Don, maybe Village Fest isn't the right venue for you if the volume makes you nervous and.
That's why I bought earplugs.
Oh, well, then, maybe that's.
Is that the solution we've got here? So-
No.
The entertainers are not, the vendors are supposed to still be able to do business, so I always check. I try to go down and check, but they're not supposed to overpower so that vendors can hear. Like the gentleman that was there last week, he was almost down to the corner of Arenas. You couldn't even hear. He was so loud. So they are supposed to be like background music and not overpower, so the vendors can still,
Do we have
hear
anything
their
in our
customers.
rules that stipulate a decibel?
I don't know if it's
There is a
it's
noise.
specific.
Yeah, but
Does it
not during a
stipulate?
special event. During
Right.
special events, it's different, and in industrial areas, it is 70, but in downtown, it's actually only 50. But I think that the thing is, would you, in my opinion, not any authority, would you agree that in the future, if you had a problem like this, that you would contact staff to handle it, so that you're not getting in the middle of that and it doesn't become a thing? Because,
I've tried to work with them in the past, and they've appreciated me talking to them, so they don't get turned in for the.
but Dave, will you agree that in the future,
We
you
will
will contact Faith?
contact Faith, or
Please.
walk down there if she doesn't answer her
Yes.
phone, we could do that.
And she could just handle it then and be the witness to whatever's going on, and that way it doesn't become a he said, she said,
Yeah.
whatever that it became. Just to protect yourself, call Faith.
Because the concern is it escalated into pushing and I don't know who started that or didn't start that, but that becomes even more dangerous for all of the guests that are there.
My guy didn't push back, and I'm proud of him,
Was it one of our festival goers that did the pushing?
I don't know who those men were.
So
There was
they weren't-
there
they
were
weren't
three
one of them,
abreast.
but they
There were
weren't
three
the guys.
abreast in front of my guy, and the other guy said he was gonna kick his ass.
So they arrested people?
Huh?
No.
You said,
No, the police came over and he said he wouldn't ask him to turn it down.
so I thought you just said there were some arrests.
Yeah, they were
They were what?
Abreast.
Abreast. Oh,
abreast. There
thank
were
you.
three
All right.
abreast, and then one of the guys pushed
Right.
him. So he didn't push back.
And it is, so I would be the one that would tell you to turn down. The police handle the sidewalks, or if a vendor's not listening, but yeah, but I could go down there and ask them to turn down though. And true, their speakers should not be facing the vendors, because you're right next to them and it does kind of blow them out.
Yeah.
And
It's
we do
hard.
get complaints all the time when we have the big stage there. I just want to put that out there from all the vendors. There are vendors that won't come when we have the big stage because they can't hear, so.
But Faith, generally, when you talk to an entertainer,
Oh,
they're,
yeah. Oh,
they listen to
absolutely.
you.
Well, yeah, I've never had an issue, yeah.
They're scared.
They're scared of her, yeah. See, Faith.
Faith has that power.
We're 10.5 minutes, so Faith, one question. Is there
There's not a
possibility
time
this
limit
can
on
be
this kind of
moved?
There's not a
or-
time limit, yeah.
No, there's not a time limit.
Oh, okay, sorry. That'd be cool. It can, if a
The vendor, the
entertainment.
entertainers rotate,
Oh, okay.
so.
So it's not an every week occurrence?
No, no.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to point out to the board is that in addition to talking about noise limits, we have a code of conduct. And that code of conduct, whatever happened in your own words and what happened, what's described in this letter is outside of the code of conduct.
And what was that, sir?
That you did not get involved with staff to solve these problems, and there was a disturbance created amongst vendors at an event that's here for the enjoyment of the entire city. And Don, honestly,
David.
David, sorry.
It says Don. Don's on here.
It says
That's
Don on
Dave.
here, yes. I'm disappointed knowing the qualifications of being a Freemason and the things that you value in membership. And I think some of your members may be acting outside of the decorum that the organization holds dear. That's just my personal opinion.
I could agree with you. I was wrong on the thing.
Thank you for saying that.
I'm not one of these guys that walks around and tries to sugarcoat everything. I told Faith what happened. After the police said they weren't going to ask him to turn it down, why? It's just,
Well,
it's a courtesy for,
They don't enforce what's on the street unless there's a criminal activity going on, then they would be on the street doing that.
not
but-
enforcing the municipal code.
Well, as we said, it's a festival.
But they could
it's
still
a-
be team players, and if
Yes.
there is a problem with a vendor that's there, they should turn the music down. I mean, right, would you have gone over?
Oh, absolutely.
And told them to turn the music
Yeah.
down?
And I would have them change
So-
their speakers.
So, I mean, that's where the
Because they're
problem
literally, they're right next to
started.
them, and when the speaker's
Yeah.
facing them, it is.
That's the
I
the
get
big
it.
peeve right there, when they face the speakers
Yes.
towards us.
And if they face it
Probably
like
would have never
at an
been any
angle, then they're
issues
better.
if they had the speakers pointing towards their audience.
Right, and then actually they point towards.
They pointed towards that way, because they had this really high-tech round speaker that was hollow in the center, and was pointed right at us.
Yeah.
And
Is there another location we could possibly put the Shriners so that they don't have to deal with the
So,
entertainers?
just want to present this from staff's perspective. This came from the request from the entertainer, but it sounds like that the organization has an understanding that if this were to happen again, hopefully it doesn't, that we would go ahead and contact staff immediately so that we can communicate that directly with the entertainer. We just wanted to make sure that that was clear and get consensus from the board on that, unless the board has any other comments or questions, but it sounds like that is the process that we want to continue to move forward with.
I think that's the case, and I don't think there's any implied or implicit guarantees amongst the vendors that you will have any certain environment around your booth in a festival that encompasses Palm Canyon Boulevard. Staff can, if there's a noise issue, get involved and do something about that, and that's what needs to happen. So, moving forward, I'm going to make a motion. I appreciate your involvement in Village Fest.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here tonight, and I appreciate you regretting that this happened. Appreciate the good work that you do.
thank you.
But I'm going to make a motion that we issue a warning that says that should any issues like this occur again, without the involvement and intervention of staff, that the board will pursue further action that could lead to you being dismissed from Village Fest.
Okay.
Is
Fair
there
enough.
Clarification.
So what's
just-
the exact motion?
that the board will issue a letter, or staff will issue a letter of warning over this.
I never did get a copy of their letter that they sent.
Faith,
What's that?
he said he never got a copy of the complaint.
If you want to redact the names, I don't really care, but it
No,
was
I
just
don't know why
for
this
my own
couldn't be-
interest,
Couldn't be shared.
curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's public.
Faith will
record.
get it.
We can
Faith
share
will give
that,
a
that's
share
no
too.
problem at all.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
Just clarification though, would it be David in particular or the Shriners?
The organization.
Okay, just for the records.
So there's a motion and a second. Any board discussion? Staff, there was some whispering on your end. Is there any discussion that we?
No, we just wanted to make sure we clarified what the exact motion was. Just so our understanding is that hearing tonight's is that we would issue a formal letter to the Shriners organization that this is a warning.
Yes.
Correct.
And there's no warning for the other people getting physical with my,
Well, those weren't a
What
vendor,
is the
those were
warning? The warning,
participants, right?
Those were
I know
participants.
that I don't get to vote, but what exactly is the warning? That if the Shriners do what, then what?
Well, they
They
can't
didn't-
approach a vendor to ask for the noise reduction. They need to come to staff and ask staff to do
Okay,
it.
so is that what your motion is?
Yes.
That
That's
you
what I
have to go to
said.
staff if
Joy,
there's
that's
a
what I
problem.
said, to
So-
involve staff in
Yeah.
issues
I
like this.
just want to understand, because I never heard
Yeah.
really of this happening
Yeah,
before
we
in
were
this
not
way.
really aware of this.
And with.
It was in the packet. You could have read
And
it.
with Dave as well, so I just wanted to clarify it, that's what you're saying, that,
I've got one request. Is there any way that you could ask the music vendors that they could keep their speakers pointing to the crowd?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
That would really be nice, because I think that's where it started.
I think so. Yeah, so I'll make it a.
Let us continue.
Okay.
We have a motion and we have a second. So is there any more board discussion? No? Then let us vote. Cheryl?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with the warning.
Motion. Okay. Tom?
I agree with the motion as well.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Yes. Bonnie?
yes.
And David?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for
very much.
being
I
a
appreciate it.
participant.
I appreciate that you appreciate it.
Have a great afternoon and a good week.
Luis?
It's the tow truck driver.
Is
company.
Luis here from
He's my
Wakey?
landlord.
Hi. Please come out.
They fell. At my row, I don't have it anymore.
Hi, how are you? Faith, do we have someone?
We do, we have, Ms. Naomi here. She's recreation staff, she's gonna translate for us.
Disculpe, bueno, muchas gracias por la invitación que me hicieron nuevamente. Y,
Thanks for the invitation for
Yep.
being here.
y quería, bueno, aquí tenía entendido que quieren ver nuevamente todas las cosas que vendemos y hacemos, entonces desde un principio que hice, creo que quieren ver todo y con lo nuevo que tenemos nuevamente, hemos agregado algunas cosas, entonces es lo que tenemos acá.
His understanding is of him coming here is to show you guys what he's trying to present and how he makes it and what he does.
I would like to, before we move on, the reason you're here is because of our requirement in the arts and crafts category. And you stop me if you need to.
Okay.
That everything be made 75% by you. And just to be clear, it says 75% of any art, craft, jewelry, or wearable item offered for sale must be handcrafted work of the artist will be selling the wares at the booth.
Yeah, so ellos nomás quieren asegurarse de que todo lo que tú estás presentando, 70% de lo que tú vas a presentar es hecho a mano. Yes.
One more thing.
Yes.
I personally observed at the booth children's sweaters that you were selling that had tags in them that said, "Made in Ecuador."
Okay, so él está diciendo que él personalmente vio cuando él fue donde estabas vendiendo que había suéteres que otros de niños que decía hecho en Guatemala. ¿Was it Guatemala? Ecuador. Sorry.
Sí, ese punto quería, bueno, quería pedirles, bueno, primeramente mil disculpas.
He wants to say his apologies for it.
Porque pasa que, bueno, el material, la materia prima, digamos, traemos de pues, a mi familia, me envía
His family from Ecuador brings it to him.
Entonces aquí nosotros le armamos, le confeccionamos todo, pero el error que cometimos, bueno, ha sido el error que tuvimos, era que mi familia en Ecuador tenía muchas etiquetas y se le ocurrió enviarnos con el material que pedimos y cometimos el error con mis hijas, bueno, más que todo pusieron las etiquetas cuando ya le armaron los suéteres, ese es el problema que tuvimos.
Las etiquetas.
Sí, las etiquetas son hechas en Ecuador, porque la familia cuando envía el material se le ocurrió enviarnos esas etiquetas, porque la tela, la materia es hecho allá. Entonces nosotros cometimos el error, se puede decir, de poner la etiqueta porque el material prima es de Ecuador. Ese es el error que tuvimos.
Okay, he's saying that when his family sent him the material, that they also brought like the tags that says made in Ecuador, and so when they brought it over here, he said his error was to put the tag on the clothing because that's where it was made from. That's what he said.
Entonces queremos de antemano, bueno, es un error humano, se puede decir, que cometimos poner eso, ya que ya a mis hijas se le ocurre, porque en verano salimos a trabajar en otros shows, entonces hasta que estemos allá, pues cometieron el error de poner las etiquetas. Pero queremos...
He's just saying that his daughters, he keeps saying that they made the mistake to put the tags onto the clothing.
Entonces, lo que queremos, bueno, pues, pedir una nueva oportunidad, se puede decir, bueno, es un error que cometimos y queremos rectificarlo más bien que
He said they made an error and they want to show that what they do is made by them.
Let me say, I appreciate that you have been a vendor since 2014. We appreciate that.
Aprecian que ha sido que vendes en Village Fest desde 2014.
But,
Pero,
for you to sell something at your booth, you must demonstrate that you make this.
para vender en Village Fest, tú tienes que demostrar que tú estás haciendo lo que estás vendiendo, que tú lo has hecho.
Sí, es así que comprendemos, pero el error que tuvimos era eso, de poner eso, pero porque la materia prima viene de allá, como no hacemos aquí eso.
He's saying that the material is from there, that's why.
Como no hacemos aquí la materia prima, entonces a la gente cuando nos preguntaban de dónde hacen, entonces la materia prima es de allá, de Ecuador, que hace mi
So
familia.
people, customers constantly ask him where it's made from or where it comes from, and that's why he says it's from Ecuador, that's where he gets it from.
Y disculpa, lo que pasa también es que la gente mucho nos confunde el trabajo que hacemos. Dicen que es de la China y nosotros decimos no, es de Ecuador.
So a lot of people, a lot of the customers also say that their material is from China, and they're saying no, it's from Ecuador.
Entonces, no sé si nos permite nuevamente mostrar lo que hacemos.
So he's asking permission to present to you guys what he makes.
Okay.
Sí.
Muchas gracias.
Todos quieren ver.
We're at 6 minutes.
This is no time.
Primero voy a empezar con lo que es el textil. Bueno, como le dije, tengo todo lo que traje la primera vez.
He's bringing everything that he brought the first time he showed you guys.
Quería mirar todo lo que traje la primera vez y con lo que tengo.
That's okay, you don't have to pull it out.
Yeah,
Let me see,
no
let me
tienes
see
que-
one of these, please.
One of these sweaters. He's bringing you everything that he brought the first time. He just wants you guys to see it again. The sweaters.
También tengo.
So this isn't the tag that he was putting on them, correct? The one that said made
on the
in.
inside?
Maybe on the inside. So, ¿cuál es el tiquete que decía hecho en Ecuador?
No le trajimos,
Oh.
no tiene ya.
These ones don't say, they don't have the tag that say made in Ecuador.
That he sewed
That he,
into.
that he sewed into it.
And this is what was approved.
So how is,
Esto es lo que fue aprobado cuando viniste la primera vez.
Sí, porque tengo
He
aquí
said yes. That's what was
está
approved.
la aplicación del anterior, suéteres.
Yeah, he said sweat.
Esa es la aplicación primera vez que hicimos
His first application says sweaters,
para niños.
wool sweaters for kids.
but how is he making this wool sweater? Does he have a loom? Does he have?
Yeah, so ellos quieren saber cómo es que tú estás haciendo ese
Eso
suéter.
es, aquí tengo,
¿Cómo
le
lo
voy a
haces?
mostrar el proceso.
He has
A ver,
pictures to show you the process.
Yes.
Aquí está el proceso que tenemos. El del
So these are
suéter.
pictures that show the process of how they make it.
So here's my question. He's adding these appliques on to a sweater that's already made, right?
So ellos quieren saber si el suéter ya está hecho, usted lo que está haciendo es nomás aplicando lo de arriba.
Eso hace mi esposa y los apliques ponen mis hijas porque son mis tres, tengo 3 hijos, y 2 hijas y un hijo. Entonces ellos me ayudan con ellos lo que
He says his wife and daughter, yes, put all this stuff on
So
top.
the sweater is pre-made.
So el suéter ya está hecho.
ya está hecho.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
the-
then these are being added,
Yes.
these
Yes.
pieces. Right. Well, no, these are sewed on. Well, this could be easily.
Todo es a la mano.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. So the sweater is the palette, and then they're creating this look.
Yeah, so el suéter ya está hecho y ustedes son los que ponen
Sí, lo,
cada,
le damos el
cada
adorno,
detalle.
ponemos los adornos.
Yeah, they add the accessories and all this stuff.
And where are they getting the sweater from?
¿Y dónde están recibiendo el suéter?
Ecuador.
De
Ecuador
Ecuador.
es de Ecuador.
Well, no, I mean, it's,
That's about.
Right, well, that's where it stems from.
so,
Is the applique work enough for it to be considered 75% if the sweater itself, in this case, is the canvas of the artwork being added to it?
But they're two different, very different types or styles or something. I don't know.
Well, the issue we have to understand is where does the applique come from? Are they making the applique? And I think the answer to that is no.
Well, let's ask them.
Let's ask
So
them.
Naomi, can you
Are
tell?
they making this or just sewing this onto the?
Oye, ¿ustedes están,
The application.
están haciendo esto o nomás lo están añadiendo al suéter? O sea,
Añadiendo.
¿ustedes lo hacen o ya está hecho?
Esto compramos, esta telita compramos en Walmart.
Yeah.
Esto en Walmart. Y nosotros le damos las.
Pero ustedes hicieron todo esos
Sí.
detalles?
Ajá.
All the details, like, yeah, they buy the material, they buy like this.
Felt.
But then, yeah, the felt, and then they add all these details to it.
okay.
Okay, so that particular item of clothing seems
A lot
close.
of other custom
But
work
what
done
else,
on it.
what else you got down there?
Something down to.
We have another.
That's one item,
Yeah.
Pass this one down. I think
but, yeah, so.
See, this for sure, so,
it's machine made.
yeah, this is machine made.
But is it machine made by them? That is the question that, if we could ask the staff member to ask that.
Usted, como este suéter, ¿ustedes lo hicieron a mano?
No.
Eso justamente le explicaba, la materia prima nos mandan de Ecuador.
Sí, el
Eso-
material sí, pero ustedes lo cosieron, hicieron el,
sí,
hicieron el
nosotros,
suéter.
Ajá, nosotros aquí
They
tengo-
said yes, they get the material from Ecuador, but they sew the sweater. But they make the sweater.
So it comes like in a bolt and then they cut
Yeah,
it.
so they get the material from Ecuador, but they make the sweater.
No sé si permiten
Material.
todo el proceso que hacemos está ahí. para que
These are the process of how they make like their stuff.
This is something my grandmother would make. I mean, I remember
Can I see a bag
take plain sheets or
or whatever it is? Yeah. Thank you.
So when they say material, do they mean they get bolts of fabric?
So they
Is that
buy
what
it
it
like
is?
in, bolts, and then
Okay.
they cut it out with a pattern.
Oh, I missed that picture when we were looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
Eso ya lo trajimos anteriormente.
Esa bolsa. ¿Y es lo que ustedes hicieron?
Sí.
¿Hacen?
Esta también es similar a esta.
Okay, so el material lo compran. Yeah, so the material they get and they make everything.
And then they use a pattern and cut it out and sew it together.
But the material is.
Not from
pre-made.
here, yeah.
Well, all material is pre-made.
But I mean, the color designs are there and
Yeah,
you'll have the
and
same
then-
look with every third one or
Yeah,
something,
they've
right?
assembled it, yeah.
I mean, this is beautiful, and this is, I understand completely. My grandmother used to do these things.
They're just saying, this is how the material comes, this is how they get it.
In bolts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It comes in bolts, so. So how about the backpack? How are they making that? Oh, here, I
¿Y
got
esta
one.
mochila también lo hicieron?
Sí,
Yep, this
Same as
backpack, they
those.
said that they also make.
So same, it's a pattern, they.
Yep.
Could you ask about how long it would take to make a backpack like that? They have a lot of stock at their booth.
Yeah, ¿como cuánto tiempo les dura, se les toma para hacer una mochila como esta?
Bueno, como somos 5 personas con mis 2 hijas y mi hijo, somos 5, entonces todos nos dedicamos a confeccionar. Entonces, una mochila creo que 1 hora, tal vez, no sé.
It says that there's 5 of them that work to make it at home, so with their daughters and son. And so it takes the backpack would take like an hour.
And this one?
So our.
¿Y eso cuánto tiempo les toma?
Unas 2 horas, 3 horas más o menos.
2 to 3 hours to
Es
make
que
that.
se hace por partes, se hace por partes.
They make it by parts.
Primero se cortan los moldes y
First, they
luego,
cut out the molds.
y luego cuando ya tenemos todo, vamos cosiendo.
Once
vamos
they have all the
cosiendo.
molds ready, that's when they start sewing. So first they make the molds for everything and then they sew it on.
Y,
Why wouldn't this be more expensive than that, though? I mean, this looks incredible, I don't know, whatever.
Let me say, what you've presented, I feel comfortable with.
I do too.
Yeah.
I can see where you have,
Con lo que han
where you have
presentado,
sewn this
sienten,
and
miran
where you
que
have
está
added
hecho
these
por mano.
appliques.
So do we have a concern with the
Con lo que
Ecuador
miran,
label
lo has traído,
or?
dicen que está bien.
I mean, the
Se
material's
nota
all
que
coming
está
from
hecho a mano.
Ecuador, and
Say
they're just being
fabric
proud of their
from
country.
Ecuador on a
No
sign.
sé si tengo más de la bisutería o tengo más cosas. No sé si quieren mirar todo.
He wants to know if you want to see everything else that he has to sew or if that's enough because he has more pictures and more items to show you guys.
Now, I think what we've seen is okay unless the board members want to see more. What I want them to understand is that we had a concern
Yeah.
that things were coming in assembled from Ecuador and they were selling them in the booth.
Yeah.
That is not permitted.
Ellos estaban nomás, estaban preocupados de que todo lo que estaban vendiendo ya venía hecho en Ecuador y nomás ya venía aquí y ustedes nomás están vendiéndolo aquí.
No, nomás es el error que cometimos y como les pido nuevamente que nos disculpen.
Said
es
no, it was an
error
error
que-
of them and they're
Porque
sorry.
aquí tengo
They
todas
put
las
the
pruebas
ticket on it.
que hacemos, tengo todo si gustan ver, pero no sé.
Nosotros trabajamos poco porque es el único trabajo que tenemos.
Yeah, they
No
do a little bit
trabajamos,
at a
no
time.
tenemos otro trabajo.
This is their
Este es
only
nuestra-
job. This is
nuestro
the
trabajo.
only.
artesanos.
Yeah, this is the
Pero
only
we-
thing that they do.
Venimos de un pueblo que es artesano.
They don't have to defend
Okay.
their
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
But maybe you could have a sign that says that the fabric is from Ecuador, because people would find that interesting, and it's so bright and beautiful, the
Dicen que tal
fabric.
vez puedes poner como un letrero si quieren, si personas siempre le están preguntando de que viene de Ecuador, que puedan poner un letrero que dice que el material viene de Ecuador y así ya las personas que vienen ya saben que el material es en Ecuador.
Sí, muchas gracias y como les pido de
They said
favor
thank you.
disculpas, mil
And we're
disculpas
really
y
sorry.
queremos corregir,
You don't-
hacer todo lo que tenemos que hacer. Y,
You don't know as an apology.
¿Puedo?
Yeah, she wants to know if she can pick it up.
Yes.
I would like to say, I think, unless the board wants to add any more comments, that you've convinced us that
¿Los has convencido? Dicen que los has convencido con todo lo que has pensado.
muchas gracias porque aquí tengo todas las
Antonio, turn that off.
Says thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
the proof right there
I'm
on the
not,
pictures.
I'm not finished yet.
Oh.
But I want to caution you that we will be looking at your booth, and we want to make sure that what we see is what you demonstrated tonight, where you have hand assembled, even if the material comes from Ecuador.
Ya, so nomás quieren decirte que nomás en precaución porque van a estar mirando todo lo que están vendiendo y de que nomás se quieren asegurar de lo que todo lo que ustedes están vendiendo está hecho a mano y no viene ya hecho en Ecuador.
Ok,
Está bien.
muchas gracias y vamos a...
También tenemos
They
la
said that's fine, thank you.
billutería y yo mismo la saco.
Yeah, she has other items that she makes that,
No, we're,
dice que ya, que con lo que has mostrado ya es suficiente.
Gracias.
muchas gracias.
Good job.
Anything else from the board?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
hold on.
Well, todavía no se vayan, todavía no se vayan.
I want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank you for being a vendor at Village Fest.
Te quiero dar las gracias por venir y por vender en Village Fest.
Igualmente, muchas gracias.
But keep in mind, our expectation is that what you sell must be 75% made by you.
Sí, nomás quieren asegurarse de que ustedes entienden que todo lo que venden, 75% de lo que venden tiene que estar hecho a mano.
Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias a
Buen
todos.
día,
¿Nos podemos
gracias.
ya irnos? ¿Ya?
They can go?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Sí,
very
ya se
much.
pueden
Thank
ir.
you.
Since it is under legislative, we do need a board action, so.
Or nada.
So we need to approve them to continue.
You think that, because
need
we're
a
region,
vote.
okay, all right, so we can do that. Yeah.
They're fine.
They're good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there a motion? Let me make the motion. Since the board took legislative action to rejury this particular vendor, I move that we permit them to continue with Village Fest with the understanding that they make 75% of what they're selling at their booth. Okay, is there a second?
Locally?
Look,
No.
No? Okay, just family.
yeah,
I'll second it.
thank you. Any more discussion on that item?
Again, just so I'm sure I maybe misunderstood. They have to make 75% of it here locally or here because his family, with his family?
By them.
By them, that
It's
it
a
may
family effort.
include bringing material in from Ecuador, but they're assembling it
Okay.
and sewing it.
Got it.
So we have a motion and a second. Any board discussion? Cheryl, you ready to vote?
Yeah, I vote yes.
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 Good.
All right.
Passes, thank you. All right. Turn off my AI. We have no unfinished business. There is no new business. Joy, any Main Street comments?
No, not really. Everything seems to be going okay, and everybody just calls Faith. I always just say, call Faith. Faith will handle it, and she always does.
Thank you. That is true.
I really appreciate that with staff.
All right. Any social media comments? Antonio is not here.
Oh, too bad. He might have had a comment. I have no comment
Okay.
on social media right
Cheryl, I don't guess maybe you have an update on marketing, promotion, or education, your very last one, or
There is
wisdom for
no
us.
update. However, in the new season, if somebody's taking on some of this or, needs help reviewing either any of the work that we've done, I'm still in Palm Springs, or any help kicking off anything with the merchants and the hospitality community, I'm happy to give any input or advice.
Thank you very much for that. We may very well call on your expertise.
The data queen.
Yeah. Staff, I'll turn over to you, marketing strategy and rules and regulations.
Yeah, so for the marketing strategy, we are nearing the end of our contract with Trip Smith, and so staff are currently reviewing other options to still continue a contract moving into the new fiscal year. We saw a lot of positive work, and it seems like the board enjoyed some of the direction that we're going with some of the marketing implementation that we're doing for Village Fest. We have all of the assets and collateral materials that we'll still continue to utilize for Village Fest, and that we'll carry that into the new fiscal year. With kind of more to come as we start kind of strategizing what we want to do internally with the next steps for that. And then review of the rules and regulations. I realize I did not send those to you, so I need to send the draft document to you. So I'll send them to you later this week. And then I would just ask the board to provide your comments so that we have that prior to the next meeting, so that we can make sure that we move that item along also.
Is this like the third generation?
Yeah.
Yes, all right.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Jose, Faith? Anything?
Yes, so July 9th, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile will be at Village Fest.
Wow.
I know, isn't that exciting?
Oh,
So excited. We'll have them at Takowitz, and you can come get your photo. And I think it'll be super fun. They're just gonna hand out little tchotchkes and things like that. So I think it'll be a good time, enjoyable, so.
They don't sell hot dogs, huh?
I mean, I think that they would,
I
but
don't think out of
But
that.
not
I would
inside.
want
Not
it. No, I mean, no.
Not out of that.
July
machine.
9th?
July 9th.
July 9th. Yeah, so it's the week after 4th of July.
And they're coming just,
Just, they were in town and
Okay,
they gave us a little email and said,
Who
"Sure,
did you
come
say was coming, Faith? I couldn't hear you.
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Oh.
We'll have them at Takowitz, so I think it'd be fun.
yeah, the kids will love it.
They'll love it.
Everyone wants a
I think
picture.
everyone's gonna love it.
Everyone's a
Very
picture in front of
nostalgic, yeah.
Yeah,
So it'll be a
I have
good
a
time.
picture back from when I was 23 years old in front of that. It's black and white.
Yes, yes. They sent some old photos and there were some black.
It was like
and
through the years, so
white.
it's
Through
gonna
the
be-
years, yeah, how
really
it's
black.
changed.
Yeah.
That's
It
just
was
my
this
hair.
kind.
Anything else before we adjourn?
Just on next week, we will have our kickoff to all of our Independence Day events. So it'll be starting at Village Fest next Thursday. So the Parks and Recreation team will be out there we'll be giving out free snow cones to the community, some arts and crafts, photo opportunities. That'll kick off all of our Independence Day celebrations, which will go into the Dive-In movie on Friday, and then the big event over at Sunrise Park on Saturday the 4th.
I'm sorry, I did have one other thing. You may have heard one of the vendors mention a previous staff member that worked as part of Village Fest as a temporary worker. We had several temporary workers over the years work Village Fest. And from a city's perspective, it was really difficult to have temporary workers work that ongoing assignment. And so since they have now left and moved on, we've worked with finance and human resources to bring those personnel on board as official city staff members. So you'll see that as part of the ongoing continuation budget that the council will be approving at tomorrow's city council meeting, that we are adding 2.5 recreation program assistants, which will be solely dedicated to Village Fest. So that will
the
be,
people that have already been doing it.
no, it's, we're,
New positions.
with new positions, and we just opened recruitment for it. So we are looking for 2 new staff members to join and fit in those roles. That will be really great for the Village Fest team, so that we have ongoing dedicated support down at the information booth, and then also assisting Faith with vendor engagement, and then also some administrative stuff and working some of our other special events and stuff on site. So it'll be really great.
That's gonna
We
be
are
our
very
goal.
excited to add those 2 new team members to our staff.
Thanks.
Anything else from anybody? Next meeting is July 14th. We will have 2 new board members, so.
One's not new. Isn't one
One's
old
returning.
new?
Who's the returning?
Celia.
Celia Garden.
Oh, Celia's coming back.
Yeah, but
Yay,
We'll
love that.
announce everybody on the 14th, and they'll be sworn in, so.
The new one was at training yesterday. Didn't
Yeah,
get a chance to
signed
meet
in the
him.
training class, yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for tonight, and is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
All in favor? Aye.
Good luck, good luck,
Thanks,
Cheryl.
everybody.
Thanks all.
Carol and
It was
David,
fun.
We will miss you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Sure, I'll see you around.
Bye.